Time now for Hawk Zone, sponsored by Muckleshoot Casino.
Well, the Seahawks have slipped to 7-6 after a tough loss at home against the Panthers. And Terry Hollimon joins me now in the Hawk Zone to break it all down. Terry,
Yeah, right.
I mean, the Panthers were not a great team, and you warned us to just make sure we just keep on track. What surprised you most about yesterday's loss?
Well, the fact that they lost, number one, was the most surprising thing. And the fact that they got manhandled from the beginning to the game to all the way to the end of the game. They just ran roughshod over the Seahawks defense. This is, again, like you said, a Carolina Panthers team that wasn't very good, that just got rid of their starting quarterback, Baker Mayfield. They had a new guy playing quarterback, Sam Darnold, and they just ran all over the Seattle Seahawks defense. And realistically, they had no answers for the Panthers.
All right, so the defense could not stop the run. So what changed so drastically in the last 4 weeks? What's going on?
Yeah, that was the big deal. They could not stop the running attack of Carolina Panthers. And the Carolina Panthers, they really don't have a marquee running back. They traded away their top running back to the San Francisco 49ers earlier this season. But the Seattle Seahawks have problems up front on the defensive line. Shelby Harris showed up and he had the flu the day before the game. It's tough to play with the flu, so he couldn't play. And then their top defensive lineman, Al Woods, got injured in the game, hurt his foot, so he's out. So when you have missing pieces up in the front of the defensive line that can't clog things up, it makes it tough for the rest of the defense. And then on top of the fact, these guys on the defensive secondary and the linebackers could not tackle. The Carolina Panthers runners had over 100 yards rushing after they were already tackled or hit for the first time. So that makes it tough to win in the National Football League.
You mentioned the injuries and the illnesses. Is that what was up with the run game on the offense as well? It wasn't too good.
Yeah, the run game for the Seahawks was terrible. And that's a bad combination. When you can't stop the run and you can't run, it's tough to win in the National Football League. And so
that wouldn't make sense.
Right. So the Seahawks are down their running back, Kenneth Walker, the third. He was out with a leg injury. The second string running back, Deejay Dallas, was out with an ankle injury as well. So they were down to Travis Homer. And the Seahawks only had 47 yards rushing on the day, which is tough to win when you can't do that. So they're going to have to get some things figured out by Thursday because they have a short week. Yeah, they got to figure some things out with that running game.
I feel like we all need to light a candle or show some love to Geno right now because he had the worst game in a while. I mean, a few uncharacteristically bad throws. I mean, we've seen this guy really kind of put it out there, but 2 picks this time.
Yeah.
Is he losing his confidence? I mean, do we need to go light some candles? I mean, have a vigil outside Lumen?
Exactly. I think something has to. No, I think it wasn't a lack of confidence because we've seen, he's gone from being a perennial backup to being one of the elite players in the National Football League. He has to have that confidence. But he started off bad. His first pass of the day was an interception, so that's kind of set the tone for him. I think maybe he might be a little bit overconfident, trying to do some things. Trying to do some things and put some balls in some areas where, he might normally not want to put it. But all in all, he still had 267 yards rushing. 267 yards passing through the air. He did have the uncharacteristic 2 interceptions. But, he's going to have to figure some things out quick because, again, the Seahawks have a short week and they have a game on Thursday versus a very, very talented San Francisco 49ers team.
All right. Let's turn this around. Let's talk about something good that happened.
We good.
We saw Tyler Lockett have a 6th straight game with a touchdown.
Yes.
That's a franchise record.
Yeah. Tyler Lockett is proving to be, again, one of the more elite wide receivers in the National Football League and definitely one of the greats in this franchise's history. 6 games in a row, it's an incredible feat. And you need to see this guy. He doesn't look like a really imposing figure.
Right.
He's just a small, diminutive, but he's incredibly talented, incredibly skilled, and he always makes these incredible catches that really, ignite this Seattle Seahawks offense and get things going.
That is so cool. It is so good to see that. How big of an impact is it on the team?
It's huge when you see him make these unbelievable catches. Again, he made a catch yesterday where you saw him, it looked like it was going to be out of bounds. It looked like he wasn't even going to make the catch. And he catches the ball, taps his 2 feet in, and it's an incredible touchdown for the Seahawks. And again, it gets everybody fired up and gets them pumped up. And it helped, I guess, the Seahawks in the second and third quarter.
And he's a good locker room guy, right? He's a good guy to have in the clubhouse, as they say.
Yeah, so I made a comment yesterday on social media about Tyler. Normally you see some of these guys that show up to the press conferences, they have these gaudy necklaces on with diamonds and these long dreadlocks and hair and, just really fancy. And Tyler, I say he looks like an 8th grade history teacher. He's just little poor Tyler. He doesn't really, his hair is kind of like he has the George Jefferson, like it's bald in the top and just lets the sides grow. Like he doesn't care. Like all he cares about is catching touchdowns, which is cool if you're a Seahawks fan.
That's all you care about it. All right, so you mentioned they have a short week. They're taking on the 49ers this Thursday.
Yes.
What do they need to know? I mean, how do they shake off the loss and go forward?
Well, they're professionals, so they have to shake it off. Normally what they say is by Monday you got to put the game, throw that away, whether you won or you lost, right? And so the big deal now is to prepare for a San Francisco 49ers team. See, what most people don't know is you don't run the same plays offensively, defensively, week in and week out. You're going to face a new team, so now they have to prepare for what San Francisco does. And they have some elite weapons over there on their offense, and their defense is one of the best in the country. So they're going to have to put the last week behind them and get down to work this week.
All right. Well, the Russell Wilson trade continues to go in our favor. Did not see that. The Broncos lost again, which continues to improve our chances of the draft, right?
It does indeed. We do get their first round draft pick, and the more that they lose, the better our chances at getting a better player. But I gotta say this, Amity.
Yes.
I'm at the point where I'm feeling sorry for Russell. I know I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for that, and I've said it before.
No.
But he got what he wanted. He wanted more money. He wanted more control. They sent him to Denver for a lot of money, and so I was a little upset about that at first, but now it's piling on because you see him yesterday, he gets hit in the head and he has grass stuck in his helmet. He's looking it's just pitiful at this point. He's got a concussion. It's sad.
But you know what it proves? It just proves to me, what it proves to me is what an incredible organization we have under Pete Carroll and the incredible, leadership we have there.
Absolutely.
It's not just one person, it's the whole. And I think that's what makes this an incredible organization.
Teamwork that makes a dream work, just like we are here at New Day.
That's right. And by the way, I don't know what you're doing this New Year's Eve, Terror Bear, but if ringing in the new year by partying through the decades, it's what you like, then the Muckleshoot Casino is the place for you. The party starts at Galaxy at 11 a.m. where you dance to the music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, all the way to 2023. Check out the website on your screen for more details. Tara Bear, before I let you go, what is your favorite dance song?
Oh, man, let's
What do you get? When you hear it, you're like, I got a boogie.
I got a boogie. It's got to be Footloose. Footloose.
Oh, okay.
It's got local Northwest ties. I think Kenny Loggins is from like Everett.
Is he really?
The more you know, right?
The more. All right. Thank you so much, Tara Bear, and thank you for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content. You can always send us an email to share your thoughts. But most importantly, get out there and enjoy your new day. We'll see you next time.